Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, Heisman, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. This is not a game, this is not a game.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. You know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw here. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here we go.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Watch out now, 52.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to take over here up near the 40. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, he still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Fournette. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr.
Partner, we ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Brady. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taking it about the 1. Ashton Doolin now to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Brady gives this to White. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go, set.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And he lost the football, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
On the set.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Second half beginning with a run from Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
From the 41, Brady. And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 37. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Brady now on 1st down. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Up the gun, Fournette. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd down, they'll run with White, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Buccaneers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Flush to his right. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that's when we turn you on and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
It's Edwards again.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They'll set up to throw.
Looking for London on the out route complete.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On play action, now Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. .51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Let's go.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
Right. Black Ultra. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter and now can really take some time off the clock.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
2nd down, back to Fournette.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
88 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 7. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get...
And now here's another interception.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball-hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
fun, nigga, like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure I'm